Good evening, welcome to the Movie Trio. I am Daniel.
I'm Sherry.
I'm Josh.
Tonight we're reviewing the, 2014 version of RoboCop.
The 24 version of RoboCop, featuring Jack Bauer.
The remake, I guess it would be considered a remake of RoboCop, the original 1987 version. The 2014 version is directed by Jose Padilha. I don't know, I can't say his last name. And starring Joel Kinnaman, Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, Annabeth Cornish, Jackie Earle Haley, and a whole bunch of other people. I don't know. We have to give like an overview, I guess, of the film. Like, all right, let's go ahead, Josh.
Pretty much. What year is it?
2028.
Yes, in the year 2028, and old Detroit. Oh, it says Detroit. Pretty much, OCP or Omnicorp is trying to get their robots to be able to be in the U.S. to be either security guards or patrol forces or whatever. Yeah, it's illegal to have robots in the U.S. for some reason. So, pretty much, Michael Keaton, who is the owner of the company, decides, we'll put a man in a machine. Yeah.
There's a loophole.
Yeah, so, pretty much, as always, Alex Murphy ends up getting hurt, and they put him in the machine. But then, I don't know, pretty much they couldn't figure out how to make him more efficient, so, what's his name, Gary Oldman? He's the doctor or scientist working on him, and so pretty much he makes him more of a machine than human.
So pretty much everything you see in the trailer, more or less, it kind of gives you the idea of it, but I don't know. They did change it from the original RoboCop. So it's kind of a late review because it's already been out for like a week or two now.
Right.
Huh?
You know what's funny? There were still a lot of people there to see it.
So what did you guys think of the movie?
For the most part, it was a pretty good movie, but it was really fucking long. It was really long. It felt like we were sitting there for hours, and it's only a 2-hour movie, but the pacing was just off. That's it.
Josh?
I thought it was a good movie. Well, I don't know. For what it was, I thought it was good, but as a remake, it wasn't very good. But, I don't know, I think they should have got a better lead actor. I wasn't feeling this guy. You know, he wasn't like, hey, I'm RoboCop. I'm way better than Peter Weller. Yeah.
I don't know. In a way, it's kind of big shoes to fill because obviously that's what Peter Weller's known for. But I don't know, Sherry, would you say that it was entertaining to you, or would you say like to people like, it's entertaining or it's watchable?
If you're a fan of RoboCop in general, I would say to watch it. As far as like, I mean, it was entertaining. When the movie was up, and it was entertaining, and there was all kinds of shit going on. But when it was down, it was like, bleh. Yeah.
John?
So if you love RoboCop 3, you will love this movie.
I never saw RoboCop 3.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, okay.
What do you say it's entertaining?
Yeah, I don't know. It has some good parts, and then some parts not really so good. The thing is, though, some parts were interesting, and some parts just weren't. Because they just tried to modernize RoboCop, I guess.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like I agree with everybody though. Like, it sounds bad, but the action scenes were pretty good. And then, like we said, like the talking, the more dramatic, slowed down portions of the film weren't as good. But also, it was just like the film didn't know what to do. Or I was reading that the director said that the studio kind of stepped in and kind of controlled the way the film was going as far as like filmmaking. And so I'm pretty sure that could have killed the story. But I don't know, the way the tone in the film, it changed a lot. Like,
Yeah.
It would try to be funny at times, and then it would go to like kind of serious, and then it would go to action again, and then it would go to like, and then they would try to get like kind of philosophical about things. But even then, it didn't go too deep into that. And I think, like, I wasn't comparing it to the original, but it was like, the original, they kind of touched on, like, those things. It was, like, a serious film because it was somebody who's kind of coming to grips with what they had become. And even then, they weren't even sure if they were really human again, you know? And in this one, it was like, you are still human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're also a robot. And even then, it's just like a bunch of stuff starts happening as well, like as far as like the doctor.
So you're you because you have one human hand.
I don't know. And then also, it was like, it was funny. The whole purpose, they changed the purpose too of like, for OCP to, you know, it was just all for business, you know, purposes, all about money.
All for honey.
Pretty much. And whereas in the original film, it was because Detroit had become this like rundown city where it was like crime ridden, and you know?
It was not for honey.
Pretty much, like the city was like eating itself alive, and like cops were like ready to go on strikes and this and that, and there weren't enough cops. So, yeah.
And in this one, it was like for a business opportunity, but it wasn't really a business opportunity because it wasn't really needed. You know what I mean? And then also, it's only in Detroit. They didn't say like, oh, well, we're going to expand to North America and we're going to put, huh?
That's what they did say.
Did they? I wasn't paying attention at all to that because I must have missed that part. That was in the part when I was just like kind of shutting.
That was the part when they were on Samuel L. Jackson's talk show. Pretty much, he said, well, imagine, because pretty much they're talking about the efficiency of RoboCop, how he lowered crime by 80% by just him. So he said, imagine if we had 100 of them scattered throughout America, the crime rate would plummet.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, but even then, it was kind of like really. It's like, well, I wouldn't really. If I was like a city or a state, I wouldn't pay for a machine to patrol if we didn't need it. You know what I mean? And the thing is, in the original, like I said, we were talking about before, the city was crime ridden, so there was a need for it. And also, and then in the sequel, the city had gone broke, so that's the whole point of OCP stepping in and pretty much buying the city. So, and like, whereas, huh?
That was number 3.
It was number 2. And then in number 3, they eventually started. It was funny because in the original series, even though it was like a 3-part film, they kind of tied them all in together, you know? Obviously, in this remake, they're trying to step away from that original film and to be on its own. But I don't know, I guess I didn't really care for it. Like I said, it didn't really, as far as like the need of RoboCop, it wasn't really there other than profit. And then also, what was it? And then how they changed Lewis into a guy. I was just like, I don't think they really.
I liked that. I thought that was kind of cool.
Really?
That Lewis was a guy. 'Cause before it was a woman.
No, that's stupid.
Really?
Yeah, I agree. Because the thing was, though, the funny part was having Lewis or a female partner in the original. Huh?
I don't want to make it an race thing.
Well, not that. But I was saying, like...
Was he even what?
No, but I was saying, like, that was, like a strong, like... What is it? Female character? And they changed it into a man, you know, which I thought was kind of funny.
I felt like it was fitting.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then the police chief was a female, which I was like, I guess. But then whatever you discover about her... And then, I don't know, in a way, I guess I didn't really care for that part. I was just like, well, why would you change this? Why would you have to change the partner into a female?
It was a reimagining. It wasn't a word-for-word remake.
Yeah, but if you notice, there wasn't any strong female characters in that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Huh?
So that is true.
Maybe the women weren't up for the task.
Yeah, but that's what I thought was funny, too, is how... they just kind of took that away, like, because I think it's, like I said, too, it's like I was trying to step away from comparing the two, and then, what was it? I don't know. It's impossible not to, though, because, what is it? I don't know. It's like, it's impossible not to compare the two, but at the same time, too, you're watching the movie, and it's like, but at the same time, too, you're just like, I want to watch the original. I don't know. What did you guys think of the acting of the film?
Some of it was okay. Some of it was not. You know, I actually did like Clara, his old lady. That one, she did pretty good there. The son kind of had the same facial emotions for everything, so I don't know. The partner seemed, you know, it's funny. It seemed like they were trying to go for like a ludicrous actor, and they couldn't get ludicrous, so they got that guy. That's what I thought. And then I don't know, the actual RoboCop guy. I don't know. I don't think that he was RoboCop material. He was a pretty good actor, but he wasn't good enough. Was it? Who else was in the movie?
Michael Keaton, Gary Oldman.
All right. Gary Oldman did. I love Gary Oldman. I have nothing bad.
Jay Rochelle, or I can't remember. I can't say.
I don't care about him. Max, yeah, Jackie Earle Haley. I love him. I heart him. Mm-hmm. He was good. Keaton, Michael Keaton, right? No.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was in the movie.
Yeah, he did pretty good. He played a good villain. Because by the end, I was like, "You fucking bitch."
And the funny part is that too. It's like I couldn't really. I knew he was like a villain, but it didn't feel like a villain. It was just kind of. We'll get into the story part, but that was just like.
I don't think there will be like a sequel because to me it wasn't dark enough. Because the original was a dark movie. This one isn't really dark. It's more of like a family-oriented film.
Well, they said that the film they had originally wanted a rated R, but then because the budget had gotten like way up there, that the studio was like, it needs to be PG-13 because we have to ensure that we're going to make the money back. And so,
you know, I think that they could have made their money back if it was darker. If it was like a rated R film, more people would have gone to see it.
Well, I think the thing is that too, it's like if you make a good movie and you have a good story, it doesn't matter what it's rated. People are going to go watch it, you know.
It should have been a hard R or an R that was very close to not being an R.
What does that even mean? What?
Well, isn't Josh, what do you think about the acting?
I thought it was good, except for the lead actor. I think they should have got somebody else. His partner was okay. The bad guy, not Michael Keaton, but the bad guy. Oh, nice. He was okay. He was kind of like, eh. Yeah. I think they should have got. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a lead actor. Yeah, it's funny. They should have made RoboCop black.
That'd be good. I don't know. To me, it's like you get an actor who's gonna play the role good. You know, to me, like I don't know. It was the thing is though. It was like the cast was good. Everybody did well. There wasn't like a bad, you know. Huh?
What would you say if instead of the guy who played RoboCop, they got Ryan Reynolds?
I don't know. Huh?
He can be a serious actor at times.
Why would he need to be a serious actor? RoboCop wasn't like a drama.
I think it would have been better. I think it would have been better if it was a drama.
I agree.
Well, the thing was, though, they said actually Michael Fassbender and Russell Crowe were considered for the role to play RoboCop. I don't know about that.
Maybe Michael Fassbender. Yeah. Maybe him, not Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's too old.
Yeah, he's not RoboCop material.
Yeah, but if you think about Peter Weller, how old he was when he played RoboCop.
Don't you dare talk about the original RoboCop.
I guess he didn't really look old.
I don't know, but the thing is, though,
they should have got Channing Tatum.
That'd have been interesting.
Or better yet, they should have got The Rock. That'd have been a giant robot.
I think that, but the thing is, though, too, if you think about it, the actor that they got, he was thin, so it was kind of like, you know.
He was tall and thin.
And so I'm pretty sure that factored into it. Like, oh, we got to make sure we got to put stuff on him. But
I guess. Huh? I guess most of the stuff they put on didn't really look very complicated. The original RoboCop suit, like, there's like bolts and crap everywhere. And this one is like, oh, he's pretty much just wearing a suit.
You know, it's funny because he kind of reminded me of Iron Man. I was like,
yeah, pretty much. They probably just copied Iron Man the way they did stuff.
Pretty much like the helmet that comes over his eye, or the eye visor, or what do you call it?
Like the eye protector.
Yeah, pretty much, like the sound too.
Yeah. Never mind. We're not there yet. Never mind.
But I was gonna say, like, I agree. The guy who played RoboCop, he did it okay, but it's like I said, I think I wouldn't be surprised if it was just because of how the overall film went. You know what I mean? Because it was like, huh?
It would have been 10 times better if he had a mustache.
Mustache RoboCop.
Porn stash.
That would have blown everybody's minds.
So, oh no, it's Senor RoboCop.
No.
You're just so stupid.
No, I think the reason why they didn't go with the mustache is because if he was in a fire, it would have just burned right off. Like, oh no. But I don't know. The guy who played RoboCop, like I said, he was pretty good, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was just because of the overall film that ruined the acting for him. But it's like, I wasn't like impressed. I wasn't like, oh man, this guy's such a good RoboCop, you know. And even then, I think the best actors were Gary Oldman and Michael Keaton. Jackie Earle Haley also. It's
I love him. I love him.
Yeah, you said that already.
Clara was good, yeah.
Yeah, the wife, she did a good job too. I agree with that. But it was just like, those were like the people who really, I guess, like sunk their teeth into everything. They really like seemed to, you know, really get into their roles. Mm-hmm. Especially when Michael Keaton and Gary Oldman were acting together on screen. Yeah. Like that one scene where they're just talking to each other. It's like, you know, it seemed like they were like both like, like, because they're both good character actors, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so Michael Keaton should have told him, he's like, I'm not too proud to beg.
So they should have got Christian Bale to be the RoboCop. Huh? Should have Christian Bale to be RoboCop.
Yeah, right. So you can have you like yelling and screaming the entire time, like, oh no. It's like growling as his suit on.
Should have gotten Idris Elba.
So better yet, they should have, instead of Gary Oldman, they should have got Christian Bale, so that way Christian Bale can look at RoboCop and be like, the devil's hands have been busy.
But and the funny part is too, it's like you mentioned Idris Elba. Like, that'd be interesting to see him as a RoboCop.
I didn't think about it, but it's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, that'd been interesting. That'd have been a way to go too. I don't know. I think in a way it's kind of like I don't know. Because really, like I said, it's like I couldn't think of anybody else to play RoboCop, because obviously I'm not really thinking about it right now. But it's like, I don't know. In a way, it's like big shoes to fill, and at the same time, too, it's like you want to stay, you know, stand on your own, you know, performance. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I expect to see a sequel, though. I
could have seen, what's his face? Can't remember his name. The one that was in Terminator Salvation, the one that played the robot. And then he was also in Wrath.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. He was, wasn't he also...
Worthington,
that's
right?
the one. He was
the
also
Sam Worthington,
in,
right?
the Alien movies.
Yeah.
With the aliens. The purple ones. Or the blue aliens. They're on the planet.
Oh, Avatar.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was like, what?
Don't fucking look at me like I'm crazy. Jeez.
It's like the oldest movie in the world.
Yeah, I could have seen him. I could have seen him as RoboCop.
I didn't think about it, but you're right. I could.
I don't know. They should got.
So then you could have had Christian Bale play Gary Oldman's character, and they just could have reenacted that scene from Terminator Salvation.
They should have got Matthew McConaughey, since he's starring at everything right now.
Make me happy.
I don't know. That'd be interesting though. They got Matthew McConaughey to play RoboCop, but like, wow, like, because he does play dramatic roles, like serious dramatic roles now. I don't know. Like I said, I can't really think of anybody like offhand.
But that's the thing. That was the problem with RoboCop. They didn't focus on like tone throughout the movie. They kept switching. That's the problem.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say, because we jumped into that also. It's like, I don't know. I don't think you guys want to talk about writing and directing, because really, it's like,
Agree.
But getting back to the tone of the film and stuff, like I said before, it's like action, and then it was drama, then it was action again, and then it was like funny, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said too, it's like, I think what they missed out on was not only getting an actor to really focus on like the character of RoboCop, like not necessarily like the robo part of him. Obviously, it was like the human portion of him.
The robo part.
Well, it's like, because the thing was, like I said, it's like you see little parts, like scenes where it shows him like dealing or trying to cope with it, you know, what happened. but then it was just kind of like, I don't know, it seemed like the whole movie was like scrapped together. It was like chopped together, you know what I mean? And then that opening, I didn't really care for it. I was just like, because it was just to show like what the future, you know.
It took a little too long, actually, I felt, because I was waiting and I was like, wait a minute, are we actually in the movie yet? And yeah, so.
And the funny part is you didn't need to see the part with that family either. You could have just seen the group of guys like planning to do that stuff and then like they go out and do it, you know? Huh?
Well, no,
What part with the family?
It was to show the argument that the machines would kill a kid.
Oh, yeah, I can understand that, but I don't know, like, it's a good point, I guess. But the thing was, though, they would kill a threat, you know what I mean? And the thing is, though, too, it's, I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't know.
So pretty much it's just like RoboCop 2. Remember where he sees a little kid and the little kid shoots him?
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Because pretty much I can understand that. I didn't pick up on that. Because at first I didn't know. Because like I said too, is like it just seemed like it was kind of talking about what's going on right now, and it was kind of like, oh man. And then they had the tagline on the news like, oh, freedom, whatever, Operation Freedom, something, Free Tehran or something. And I was like, obviously it shows you as
Tehran.
Oh. But it obviously shows you that they're not really free, you know. It's a military state, you know. I don't know. This movie is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's get to the spoilers.
well, I guess we can spoil the movie because obviously there's more to talk about, like specific scenes. But like the spoiler alert, obviously, if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want anything spoiled for yourself, you know, you can take a pause and then watch the film and then come back and, you know, listen to the rest of our thoughts on this film. But yeah, so all right, so that was your spoiler alert, and we're now moving on because I'm watching Josh move a chair.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I know, I was trying to figure out.
I don't know. I'm recording this because you're interrupting the show to look at this chair.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you kind of are. No, because we were watching you.
I guess the other kept talking.
It's very distracting.
Until I looked at you.
So the Josh moving the chair.
Just trying to see how to tighten everything.
The chair moving was more.
Fixing the house up.
I was gonna say
Fixing up the furniture.
the chair moving was far more interesting than RoboCop.
I know. I was like.
But all right, so that was a spoiler. I don't know who's spoiling what.
Kills me. I like at the end. What is it? It says that the people of Boston may be getting RoboCop back sooner than they thought. Right?
I mean Detroit.
Whatever the fuck.
Is it Boston? I was like, wait,
Whatever. So. So it shows somebody. It says he says. He was like, somebody captured this from a cell phone camera, right? So it shows them recording, and then all of a sudden you hear RoboCop turn and keep walking. How the fuck did they hear that? If they're outside of the building fucking recording from a cell phone camera, and it zooms in so perfectly on his face and it looks, and then he turns back and he keeps going. I just want to know how the fuck that happened. Yeah. That's it.
It's one of those fancy phones that you can, you know, because if you notice...
I guess so.
Well, the funny part is if you notice that... if you notice that their cell phones, the futuristic cell phones, don't have a back. It's just a screen itself, you know, which I thought was funny. But also, I was going to say that scene when they're in the restaurant, and then that guy who's the gun runner... figures out who they are, and then he sends the kill squad to go, you know, take care of them. Murphy and Lewis. What I thought was funny was they get into this gunfight, and the guys who were trying to kill them are standing outside in the rain. It's nighttime. They're firing into a well-lit restaurant, and Lewis and Murphy are just firing right back at them. I was like, why don't you just shoot out the lights so they can't see you inside?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that would make more sense because that way they can't see you, they can't fire on you. Like, but no, these guys are gonna get into like some. It looked like a Call of Duty type of shootout. You know what I mean? Where people are hiding around corners and coming around corners, and I don't know. It was just like I don't know. As far as like their tactics, it was blowing me away. But anything else to spoil?
No, that was all I had.
Pretty much the first half is them building RoboCop, and the second half is just him running around.
Yeah, to solve his own murder. It's just kind of stupid, like, because the thing was, like I said too, it's like this movie's like chopped up together. It was like, it's like you see that stuff in Tehran, and then you see OCP trying to, get the robots into America to make $600 million or whatever.
No, $6 billion.
Oh, $6 billion. And then it just so happens that they're going through. Well, actually, they weren't actually at that point yet, where they were trying to look for possible half man, half machine, situation. Oh, were they? And then that whole thing happened with Murphy, and which I thought was funny too, because this guy is going undercover, doing all this stuff, and he just goes home like nothing, and then his like car alarm wasn't working, and he just goes out there all like, "Oh, that's interesting." You know what I mean? I would have been like, "We need to leave. Like something's wrong." Like, you know what I mean? If it never happened before.
You'd be like, "Oh man, we need to get out of here," and jump in the car that pulls up.
Yeah. That'd be terrible. Jeez.
No, I would have called like for backup. We're like, "Yeah, something's wrong with my car." But obviously,
You're gonna call for backup because something's wrong with your car. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, "Fucking fix it."
You'd be like, "That sounds great."
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I would have been like, yeah, this gun buyer that I've been messing with, trying to figure out, and then he figured out who I was, that I wasn't legit, trying to kill me, and I just...
I was not legit, so I had to quit.
Well, the funny part is how, after that gunfight, he just goes home like nothing. Like, you know what I mean?
He didn't just go home. He went to the precinct and everything.
Yeah, but the thing was, though, like...
You're missing the point.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
the
I
principle.
you figured you would hide your family or something, you know what I mean?
No, dude. No. Doesn't work like that.
You'd be like, you know what? And then he suspects those guys are possibly dirty. You know what I mean? It'd be like, cops are dirty. They know I'm hot on the lead of some guy.
I'm hot on you.
So you figured it's time to go hide somewhere or get out of town. But no, nothing like that. And then what else was it? I don't know. Like I said, I just found so many flaws in this movie. That's why it's just like certain times I just like watching it.
Yeah,
huh?
pretty much. I agree.
And then the stupid part was how they told Gary Oldman to get it to work, and then what is it? And then when he's still not working, they're just like, "Why is it not working?"
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh."
I didn't like how they're like when they were getting ready to have that little press conference or whatever, and the lady was like, "You need to fix him." I was like, "How the fuck is he gonna? He's having a seizure."
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny too. Obviously, I know for the film, there has to be problems and conflicts and stuff.
But that's stupid. That was stupid.
Yeah, I think they needed a little more logical things to happen.
Yep.
So yeah, anything else that's Huh?
No.
No, not really.
It's like I don't know. When you guys we were talking about that, the recommending to people to go see RoboCop or.
Yeah, we talked about that first.
Talking about it.
I don't know. Do you think there'll be a sequel? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a sequel.
There has to be a sequel. There has to be.
Yeah, hopefully they'll hash out all the stuff that they.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't think there'll be a sequel. I don't think they made enough money off of it.
No, they made money. It actually made more money overseas than it did here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they're gonna hash out a sequel, but hopefully, like, whoever writes it is like, tightens it up a little better, because this film has been like in the making, or I guess like in the works for like quite a while. It's been like, if not like 10 years maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if it was that long, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the studio had some part in kind of messing up the tone and the flow of the film, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Would you watch it again?
I'm sure I will at some point. We're gonna get it from somewhere.
And Josh, would you watch the movie?
What?
Would you watch the movie again?
Yeah, I guess probably.
I don't know. Like I said, I think I would watch it again, but I don't know. It's like that's the bad part too. It's like watching the movie again just to see if it helps at all. You know what I mean? Like,
So.
huh?
I said I don't think so because I already know what's going to happen.
Well, I was gonna say like enhances the film at all, like because really it's like thinking back on it, I guess like had so many like questions about it and so many like why did that happen and like what is this about? And then
So it got what's his name from the original one that was the bad guy?
Oh.
Red.
What's his name? I know who you're talking about. And then you're gonna bring back Dick Jones and stuff like that, so you could have the recording.
I just bring him back so he could be like guns.
But you know what I was also gonna say? Sorry, going back to the seizure scene, they upload him with all the crimes that happened, and he's able to watch all of them. And nobody thought, like, you know what? We shouldn't show him getting killed or possibly being killed.
Well, yeah, but that was a crime. They had to.
the crime data.
Yeah, they were just uploading everything in the database.
Yeah, but the thing was, though, in the original film, it was his memory because he remembers what happened.
What I'm curious about is who is investigating his crime?
Yeah, well, it was those two guys that were corrupt. Don't you remember when he was like, "Oh, who do you think's got to be?"
Investigating.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, in a way, that's kind of dumb. Like, and then it's like, "Oh, he went to go investigate his own murder." Well, like technically, it's a crime, so he has to investigate crime, solve the case.
I didn't like how that lady was like, "He's whatever protocol. He's
Violating protocol.
He's violating protocol." I was like, "How is that violating protocol? It's his job." Yeah, she was like, "He's violating protocol." He was
corrupt.
Yeah, I know, but really, if you think about it, really,
And the funny part is too, is like, the story was just so easy to figure out. You knew everything that was going on before it even happened.
I'm gonna blame it on the illness, but I didn't. I was like, I wonder why she's telling him that. Like, what's the point? Like, why is she getting all upset about that? And then when near the end, I was like, you bitch.
No, I knew.
I'm not even joking. I was like,
yeah, that's a bad part. It was pretty easy to figure out everything. And
Yeah, it was. I knew right away when she told me just to step away from it. I knew she was corrupt. I was like, they don't tell you to do that.
that's why I'm saying I'm gonna blame it on the illness.
And then she was like, so that's not up to me. That's up to IED. IED.
IAD.
Yeah.
yeah, she said that internal affairs in department.
Josh said IED.
Oh, did he?
She's the chief, so technically, it's up to her. It's her decision to if she's like, oh, I don't trust them.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I doubt she even told IAD.
Well, duh. We all know that now.
I don't know. And the funny part is too, compared to like the original, that he's supposed to be a patrolman. He's supposed to be patrolling, yet he was investigating and solving crimes that had happened. I understand like it. Huh? Oh, but I was gonna say that it obviously the scene where they're doing the little presentation of him, and then he spotted that guy, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then it was like when he went out there, he was immediately already solving his crimes, and then he was looking for whoever,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I don't know. Like I said, there's so many little things here and there in the movie, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. The story should have just been tightened more. Should have just been put together a little better than it was, And so, yeah. So yeah. So,
Check on this auction.
yeah, I know, but I was gonna say like.
Well, we're taking a long time.
All right. Well, now we're back because I had to take a pause for Josh's auction block there. But yeah, I was gonna say about the budget. You were talking about the budget and how much it's made. I don't know. That's a good question about the sequel because it was cost $100 million to make, but so far in the U.S. at the current time, it's been in theaters for 12 days. It's made $43.6 million, but overseas it made $100 million. So that's kind of funny to hear that how it did so well overseas.
How much did it make, or how much did it take to make? How much?
How much did it take to make? It cost,
whatever, you know.
the budget was $100 million.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
They've already... Jeez.
well, they made the money back, but
Yeah, I know.
but it was only they don't consider it here.
Yes.
It is. It's not considered technically a success here in the U.S. because
Yeah, not here in the U.S., but everywhere else, doesn't matter. As long as you're making your money back somewhere, I don't think it matters where it's coming from.
yeah. But the thing is, though, too, they weren't. I don't know. The thing is, though, it's like a movie's got to be hugely successful here, I think, for it to actually, be considered a success. Because that's what I read before. Like, they're saying that if it's not a big blowout here, it obviously the foreign market is good as well, and it does count. But it's like they said they really need the U.S. support to really help a film. But at least it did better than RoboCop 3.
Yep.
RoboCop 3 only made $10 million in the theater. And, yeah. All right. So, wow, it actually outdid RoboCop 3. But, I don't know. No, I'm just laughing because I was just like, because they actually did the ticket inflation and stuff like that on Box Office Mojo, so it's just interesting to see that stuff. See how time has changed. But, all right. So, I guess that's our little review for the remake of RoboCop, or reimagining, whatever they want to call it. But, what was it? I thought it was funny, too, is how they went with the tactical black suit. I was like, oh, that's good. I guess they stepped away from the original,
Yeah.
Because you saw I guess, what would you call that? Like chrome kind of look from the original. And then they went with the chrome look at the end.
But I don't understand why.
I think it was like an homage to the original.
Oh, okay.
But then again, to take away the black tactical look, it doesn't make it look as threatening. It makes it look a little more open and appealing.
Okay.
But yeah, but I think the silver was supposed to be for like the public, and then the tactical was supposed to be for patrol. But I think Michael Keaton said no, we're just gonna go with black tactical.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, all right. So that's the review of RoboCop. But all right, so like I said, recommend, and subscribe to us on iTunes under the Movie Trio podcast. I was going to say rate, comment. Also on Facebook under the Movie Trio podcast, on Twitter at the Movie Trio podcast, on Gmail at the Movie Trio podcast. All that information is located on each episode at the, episode box. So if you have to refer back to it. Also, like I said, I started uploading videos or previous episodes to YouTube as little slideshows. So you can like and comment there as well. And share. Actually, somebody did share our video. They shared Escape Plan.
Really?
That's funny.
Cool.
And we've gotten a few likes. I was going to say, we've gotten thumbs up here and there on a few videos, so which is nice to see. And also the view.
Somebody's listening. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a good thing too. So yeah, hopefully we'll expand more and stuff like that. I still wanted to do more videos on reviewing the original 4K version of RoboCop, the Blu-ray. And so yeah, I don't know. We said more plans, more things to come. So alright, so for the Movie Trio and the review of RoboCop 2014, I am Danny.
I'm Sherry.
I'm Josh.
Huh?
I don't know. No.
Oh, you're not going to say that one line that you kept repeating over and over again every time we watch something?
Talk a robo.